Now available in paperback and e-readers. E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman. Hell's aspiring angel takes on a wicked werewolf in this action-packed all-new E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman in paperback and e-readers today. DC Comics' John Constantine and the UK's Doctor Who are the two latest characters to be race swapped. Now, DC Comics, for an upcoming John Constantine project, have cast a black actor in the role. However, the character was originally a white male from the UK. Now, I take deep offense at this latest attempt to race swap a character because this runs counter to the original source material for John Constantine. Now, back in the 1980s, when the Swamp Thing comic was out, I believe by Alan Moore, your John Constantine was originally created to be a white male from the UK, and the person who inspired John Constantine was the British musician Sting. So the John Constantine character from the source material has always been a white male from the UK, and I really am offended by the whole idea of changing this character's race for absolutely no reason. Now, the John Constantine character has a very large fan base, and that large fan base also has taken offense to this race swapping because this runs counter to the source material. Now, as a black creator, I take deep offense to this whole race swapping because it's yet another case of giving black fans a hand-me-down hero. Like the Black Batman, Jake Fox, it's just you trying to put a black person in a white person's outfit and then trying to make us think that this is an ideal for us getting characters. And that's a real insult to black comic fans, and it's also an insult to black creators like myself, because there are lots of black creators out there who are creating concepts that are just like your Constantine, and I've heard from many of my readers and my viewers tell me that the John Haynes character is basically just like the John Constantine character and just like the Constantine stories that they read in DC Vertigo Comics Hellblazer. So why not just go out here and make a John Haynes series, not go out here and try to race swap a character that most comic fans have known for over 30 years to be a white male from the UK. So you're going to sit here and alienate over 30 years of comic fans by race swapping a character that you don't need to race swap at all. Because as I see it, we've got a lot of Constantine fans out there that know him from the Hellblazer series that ran for over 300 issues. We have viewers who know him from the Constantine Keanu Reeves movie. We have viewers who know him from the short-lived Constantine TV show and the Constantine Legends of Tomorrow. So all of those fans are going to be alienated just like all of those Catwoman fans were alienated back in 2004 when they went out here and cast Halle Berry as Patience Phillips, because most comic fans said that that isn't the real Catwoman, and they refused to go see the movie. And those same fans are not going to go see the movie as related to this Constantine project because they know that Constantine was never a black guy. And again, this is a real insult to black creators out there who have fresh original concepts, because you could go out here and create a brand new concept with a brand new character and not alienate your longtime fan base. And if you really want to go out here and, again, reach black audiences, you would go out here and use a brand new black character and not go out here and try to shoehorn one in the name of diversity passively by adding a so-called black character, but aggressively you go out here adding this token black character, and then what you do is you minimize that character the same way you did with Mehcad Brooks, James Olsen, on the TV show Supergirl. Now, on the TV show Supergirl, yes, they cast Mehcad Brooks as James Olsen, but when they saw that there were a lot of racist comic fans out there who weren't interested in the whole idea of their dream girl, Kara, getting with a black James Olsen, the James Olsen character went from being a love interest on Supergirl to being the guardian of the friend zone, and then basically fading into the background of the show, and then eventually winding up leaving the show. So, yes, you've added this black character in the name of diversity, but this black character is just in the background of the show, and as they're in the background of the show, they actually add nothing to the show at all. So I don't really want to see a black John Constantine, because a black John Constantine is not true to who the original character is. And when you put these hand-me-down heroes in these hand-me-down shows, it just really shows how little respect they have for these characters, how much little respect they have for their stories, and how little they care about these characters overall. So when I look at this whole hand-me-down Constantine, I just see it as nothing magical about it. I just see it as the same old tokenism. I see it as the same old racism. And the whole thing is, yes, you've included a black person passively, but aggressively, you're looking for them to fail, so you can say, oh, there is no need for black fantasy. There is no need for black science fiction, even though black fantasy and black science fiction are a growing marketplace. These are efforts to undermine black fantasy and black science fiction in the mainstream media. Now, the other incident that really has irked me is that they're going to now be casting a black actor as Doctor Who. Now, this new Doctor is meant to replace the previous Doctor, who was a feminist Doctor, and that really didn't go over well in the UK. But instead of them realizing that the Doctor Who franchise was based on a white male, they've decided to double down again in the name of diversity. Unfortunately, we're getting the same, again, passive-aggressive approach to so-called diversity, where they go out here and push the whole idea of we're going to shoehorn a black person into a role that was never originally was designed for them. So what they're doing now is going out here and saying, oh, we're going to have a black Doctor Who. Unfortunately, the black Doctor Who will fail just as badly with those UK white male audiences, because it's another case of a hand-me-down hero. And again, these hand-me-down heroes are a real insult to black fans, because you're adding a black character based on the color of their skin and not on the content of their character. You're basically adding a person in because they are black, not because they have a compelling story. So most viewers and most fans, this is many for them an opportunity that they feel is going to ruin their franchise. And again, they have a right to their franchise. As I see it, with the success of Black Panther, it's time to allow fresh, new, original black characters to come to the marketplace and allow those characters to find an audience, because most of the audience is tired of you trying to make these race swaps that are all about passive diversity, but aggressively minimize the role of those characters in the stories that they're in. I would rather see an original concept from a black creator and an original story, and have that creator get that opportunity to bring their characters to the marketplace, than see some race swap token character that has done extremely poorly the way James Olsen has been done, or the same way your Ryan Wilder was done on Batwoman. I would rather see a fresh, original black character from a fresh black creator I would rather see an original concept, but Hollywood and those in the UK don't want you to see those kind of concepts because they fear that if black creators start coming into the marketplace, they will start to dominate the marketplace, and we will only start to see black characters as the ideal. And that was one of the things that upset them, I believe, about Blade. They don't really want to see more of those kinds of images, and they really don't want to see a Hollywood filled with black creators creating black characters and dominating the marketplace. That's one of the things that scares many in Hollywood. So that's why they want to go out here and give you the token characters. But I, as a black creator, I don't want to see, again, a token Constantine, because I know that the John Constantine character was originally a white guy from the UK. I know he was inspired by the musician Sting, and he needs to stay a white guy. And the same thing for Doctor who came from the UK. He was a white guy, and he needs to stay a white guy because there are just too many good concepts out there by original black creators like myself. And it's time to let some of those concepts come to the marketplace, and it's time to let those concepts see if they can find an audience in the marketplace. Because, as I see it, black viewers deserve better than hand-me-down heroes. We deserve better than chocolate versions of white characters. We can do better than chocolate versions of white characters. And I know that there are great creators out there because I've read the works from people like Concrete Comics and many other independent creators, and those creators deserve an opportunity to see their characters come to the screen, and their characters deserve a chance to find an audience. I would rather take a chance on a new original character rather than sit there and watch them try to colorize a white character, because again, these characters have fan bases, these characters have followings, these characters have their own stories, and you just can't go out here and colorize their stories and then hope to build an audience in the name of diversity. Because John Constantine was a great character because of his backstory and his abilities, and I would rather see John Constantine staying true to John Constantine. I would rather see Doctor Who stay true to Doctor Who. And if you want to see a black character that is in the style of a John Constantine, you can go out here and pick up a book like John Haynes and the John Haynes series. If you want to see supernatural action with black characters in it, you can pick up the John Haynes series, or you can pick up vampire novels like I do, like Eternal Night, or the ISIS stories Bride of Dracula and Escape from Transylvania. Why go out here and race swap characters when there are already good stories from black creators out here? That's a critical question I want to ask those at Warner Brothers and those who produce your Doctor Who. The money is there. I mean, Black Panther shows us that the money is there. All you need to do is invest in some black characters, and maybe you would make a lot more money, because the only thing that you're getting with these types of race swaps is a bunch of clickbait articles written, angry fan bases, low ratings, and that's not something that's helping your bottom line. If you want to do your Constantine project, do it with the actor who was in Legends of Tomorrow and the Constantine show. Keep letting him work as John Constantine. And if you want to do something else, again, go find a story like a John Haynes series or some other black character and let that character find an audience on their own. That's the way that you're going to be able to appeal to both audiences. And again, there's nothing there that's racist in and of it. You're having two sets of creators out here creating concepts that people like, building audiences that people like, and making you money. That's what's going to be the thing that helps you in the long run. And that's what many in Hollywood really need to understand. Black audiences don't want race swap characters. We want stories of our own, stories from our experiences, stories from our life, and we want to see black fantasy that reflects the black experience. And we don't want hand-me-down heroes in hand-me-down stories, because it doesn't fit us, it doesn't fit our culture, and it's not real diversity It's just racism repackaged, because a token does not represent black people. A token is something there put to appease to white racists and make those racists feel comfortable about their smooth world and see their ideas projected at them regarding black people. But black fantasy shows us the black experiences and black culture, and that is why we want to see black fantasy from black creators, because we get to see our story, our culture, and our experiences, not some whitewashed token character meant to fit into a tokenized world and to make it look like we like black people, when if you really cared about black people, you would allow black creators to come in, not black bootlicks, but black creators to come in and show you the rich diversity of the black culture and the black experience in the fantasy genre. Now, my upcoming comic, John Haynes at Death's Door, is coming to Kickstarter, and if you want to put in a pledge for that comic, you'll be able to do soon, because I'm hoping to have the Kickstarter launch soon. But I've got all the art completed for John Haynes at Death's Door, and I've got that art from Antonio Balderi, and I'm now waiting to contact the letterer about the project. So John Haynes at Death's Door is coming, but into the meantime, you can pick up the books of the John Haynes series on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find John Haynes on Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And you can also find the other black fantasy books in the SJS Direct imprint, like the ISIS series, the Eaststeam series, and the Spinsterella trilogy on Amazon.com as well. And if you want to see me make more comic-related videos, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, ISIS Legacy. Sorority secrets of the goddess next door are revealed in this all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS Legacy in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.